Welcome back to English 10 Minutes, the place where we tell real feeling stories that touch your heart and grow your mind. Today's story is about a bride left at the altar. But this isn't just about heartbreak. It's about betrayal, courage, and a woman who chose to fight back, not with anger, not with violence, but with intelligence and quiet strength. If you've ever been hurt, lied to, or left behind, this story is for you. And remember, as you listen, you're also improving your English listening and vocabulary step by step. Now, take a breath. Let's begin. The wedding that never was. The sun was shining too brightly for such a cruel day. Emma stood alone at the altar, her hands trembling, bouquet wilting in her grip. Guests shifted in their seats. Some whispered, some checked their phones, and others just stared at her with pity. No show, someone finally muttered. The groom, Andrew Miller, her fiancé of 3 years, had disappeared. No call, no note, nothing. Only silence. Emma didn't cry. Not then. Not even when her mother tried to hold her. She just stood there, frozen, like her whole body forgot how to move. Like the world had cracked open, but she was still stuck in it. 3 days earlier, Emma had helped Andrew prepare for this wedding. She'd done everything. She had left her job in Chicago to move to his small hometown of Haven Creek, believing in the dream of starting over. He had promised her stability, a family, trust, and yet, the night before the wedding, he said he needed space. Just a moment to think, he said. He never came back. 1 week later, the truth came like thunder after silence. Andrew had been seeing someone else for months, Madison, the same Madison who smiled at Emma during wedding rehearsals, the same woman who helped pick out her wedding dress. Emma discovered emails, bank transfers, a private Instagram account full of photos from trips she never knew he took. But the worst part, he'd taken all the money they'd saved for their future, over $80,000. The account they both put money into, now completely drained. She reported it, but legally, they weren't married. It's a civil matter, the officer said, unless you can prove intent to defraud. Intent, the word clung to her like smoke. The fall, Emma stopped sleeping, stopped eating. Her skin got pale. Her friends told her to move on, let go, but she couldn't. Not yet. She wasn't angry about the wedding. Not really. She was angry about the betrayal, the lies, the stolen dreams, the humiliation. How Andrew walked away without facing a single consequence. That's when she realized he needed to be exposed, not out of revenge, but for justice. He had hurt people before her. She was just the most visible. So Emma picked herself up and started to watch, to plan, not with hate, but with focus. The plan: Andrew had returned to his old job, a real estate agent at Creekside Properties. Madison worked there too. Emma began recording, watching, researching. She created a new identity online, a Heather, a supposed investor from out of town. She emailed Andrew, showing interest in a big commercial property listing. Heather offered a massive commission, $30,000, if he could make the deal happen quickly. Greedy as ever, Andrew responded immediately. What he didn't know was that Emma had also connected with Mark Jefferson, a respected investigative journalist who had once written about real estate scams in the area. She told him everything. Mark didn't believe her at first, but once she shared the emails, bank statements, and photos, he agreed to help. If she could get one more thing, proof of Andrew's business fraud. The bait. Emma met Andrew, disguised as Heather, in a rented office space downtown. She wore a wig, different makeup, and fake glasses. Her voice calm, her posture different. She pretended to be a wealthy widow looking to invest and disappear. Andrew took the bait. He told her about a special off-market opportunity, promised double returns, asked her to deposit $50,000 into a holding account to begin. The account, not linked to the company. It was a private one, his own. Emma recorded everything. A week later, Mark published the article. The man who sold a wedding and a lie. Within hours, it exploded across local and national news. Emma's voice, altered for privacy, was included. The article exposed how Andrew had conned multiple women over the years, all under the same pattern: gain their trust, steal their money, disappear. His company fired him within 24 hours. The local police reopened the case, now with enough to prove intent. Civil suits followed. One by one, his past victims came forward. Madison left him. His accounts were frozen, and the house he bought with Emma's money, repossessed. The aftermath. A year later, Emma stood on the same hill where she was once left alone. Not in a wedding dress, but in jeans and a soft gray sweater. The town had changed, or maybe it was just her. People treated her differently now, with respect. She was the woman who had brought down a con man, not with rage, not with fists, but with truth and strategy. She had started working again, this time for a nonprofit that helped financial abuse victims. She gave talks, she wrote, and most of all, she healed. One of her speeches ended with this: "Justice doesn't always come in loud crashes or courtroom gavel strikes. Sometimes it comes quietly, through patience, clarity, and the courage to stay kind in a cruel world." She didn't need revenge. She had something better. She had herself back. Message for the viewer. Justice isn't about hurting those who hurt us. It's about standing up, not just for yourself, but for others who might fall into the same trap. Emma's story reminds us, even when you've lost everything, you still have your mind, your truth, and the power to fight smart. What would you do when faced with betrayal? That was the wedding that never was. A story of injustice, but also of wisdom, healing, and quiet justice. In a world where many choose revenge, Emma chose something different: clarity, patience, and truth. At English 10 Minutes, we believe the strongest people are not those who hit back, but those who rise, learn, and use their minds to make things right. If this story moved you, please like, comment, and share it with someone who needs hope today. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful short stories in English every week. Until next time, stay strong, stay smart, and stay kind.